see that in the top right hand corner? Yeah, that's kind of insane, isn't it, folks? And this is something that Styanax can do now that he has a new Augment, and I believe Styanax is the only Warframe that can do it to this extent. Kuleva might be able to catch up, maybe. We're here in the simulacrum with Styanax. Okay, so what we want to do with Styanax, and I realized I actually never made a video on him, so I guess this is how I'm going to show a build that I am using now. Start off with his third ability, then use his first ability, which is really good for crowd control, and then do this. And just like that, we have like 5k on his Overguard. And then, you know, you could potentially get rid of his armor, get rid of enemy armor. Like so. And we can continue attacking because it turns out there's no cap on Overguard, which is also additionally kind of hilarious. And as a result, right now we have 16,000 Overguard. There's a lot of Overguard. This is the build that we're using on Styanax. Basically, we are trying to have a relatively balanced build, but then also using Intrepid Stand. This is the new augment that came for Styanax. So basically, whenever you damage an enemy with a javelin from your final stand, and keep in mind you are throwing a lot of javelins, you get 60 Overguard. And this also extends to allies, getting you 30 Overguard, so that's really, really good. I actually came across someone using a build like this in ESO. That's kind of what inspired me to actually take a good look at him once again. Otherwise, the rest of this build should be pretty straightforward. I am using Adaptation. It doesn't affect Overguard. I'm at my wind's end of finding an alternative because I can't even fit Vitality on this build because I don't have a 10 drain Vitality. At this point, Adaptation is just there on the off chance that my Overguard actually disappears, because then at least I can still use the Adaptation stats that I'm gaining while Overguard is active on my shields and health. Running Preparation is pretty good, so that's kind of what we're doing in this build as well. And Prime Flow, because Preparation is really, really good. Also keep in mind that you do get to generate energy with your third ability, so that's of course going to be really, really good. I had a look at other Warframes that can generate Overguard, specifically Rhino, and I think maybe what we might be seeing is that Rhino is in a bit of a lower end of Overguard generation at the very least, because he generates Overguard by enemies attacking him while he is setting up his Iron Skin, so his Overguard is actually his Iron Skin. But I'm sure there's going to be a Rhino main in the comments who's going to mention how maybe there's another way to generate Overguard on top of the Overguard that you already generate with Iron Skin, but I'm not super familiar with that myself. But Styanax, and I think Kuleva as well, have seemingly very easy access ways of just stacking tons and tons of Overguards. When you're going up against a lot of enemies like, say, Steel Path survival missions, it's pretty easy to get some absolutely ludicrous levels of Overguard. And unlike health and various other things, there's no cap on Overguard seemingly, so if you play long enough, I'm sure you'll find yourself with 1,000,000 Overguard, and then you'll be tankier than Nara, so that's something that you can do. I don't think damage reduction in general affects Overguard, considering that Adaptation doesn't affect Overguard, so we'll see how effective that ends up being. But hey, at least you get a buffer on top of your buffer if you're playing someone like Styanax because you have a shield on top of your health. So that's of course going to be very useful. Also, Overguard gate is a thing now, so that's made it even better, which means you do get that 0.5 second gate whenever you run out of Overguard, so that you don't immediately go straight into shields, or if you're playing a Warframe like Nidus or Inaros and you somehow manage to get Overguard, you don't just go straight into your health. Anyway, let me know about all this in the comments below. Are you using Intrepid Stand on Styanax? Let me know in the comments. It does seem like a pretty good augment. And especially for the support purpose of, you know, just giving all of your allies additional Overguard, because keep in mind Overguard also means crowd control resistance, knockdown resistance, so that's even better. So you don't really need to run something like Prime Sure-Footed at that point, and neither does anyone else. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. If you'd like to do, hit that like button, subscribe for more Warframe content, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thanks. for watching. Bye.
Utopia.